You will each take a candle and light the center one. Then you'll extinguish those other two. So as you do that, would you please take a candle? Richard and Glendale have acknowledged that their lives, and they came here today, two individual and separate lives, running two separate paths. And as they have taken both of those candles and extinguished the right to hold on to their own lives as single people, this light now that burns can't be separated into two any longer. So from now on, Richard and Glendale, all your plans, all your joys, your sorrows, everything you do and who you are will be shared as your lives become as one. And may God, who brought you together and in whose name you are joined today, and who up until now has worked in your individual lives to bring you to this place, continue to walk with you and be at the center of your lives together as husband and wife. There is an analogy of a triangle just came to my mind. A triangle has a point at the top and two wide points at the bottom. And the point at the top symbolizes God, and your two lives, the 2 points at the bottom. The closer you move up to God, the closer your lives come together. So as you begin your lives as husband and wife, make it an everyday priority. First of all, to stay close to God individually, and as you do so, you two together, your lives will become closer together and your marriage will be stronger, strong as it can be. Now, Richard and Glendale have chosen to include a hand fasting in their ceremony today. For those of you who aren't familiar with hand fasting, it is a traditional Celtic unique to Scotland thing, and it symbolizes the joining together of two lives and also the joining of two families or clans, if you like. And originally the hand fasting represented a betrothal that lasted for a year and a day, and if at the end of that year and a day that couple still chose to be together, then they were officially married. That knot that was tied around their hands symbolized that binding agreement. So this cord that Richard's dad is going to tie represents all the hopes, the good wishes, the prayers that each of you and also your loved ones have for you as you set out on your journey as husband and wife, as you're joined together with the strong bonds of love. And the knot that is going to be tied here today symbolizes the permanent and the binding nature of your marriage vows. Your lives tightly bound together and never again to be separated. So with the tying of this knot, we, all of us here together, join in tying into the lives of Richard and of Glendale all the fulfilled desires, the love, the dreams, the hopes and the happiness wished by all of those who are precious to you here in this place. Just hold it there for a moment. As your hands are joined together by this ribbon this cord here. May you both be so deeply aware of the permanent commitment that you have made to one another today. And I'm sure that you will all join your prayers with us here today as we lift this couple before God's throne of grace, where they will find mercy and grace to help them in every time of need, in every lack, in every issue, every milestone, every hurdle that they face. As you lift up your eyes to the one who is greater than you, then you will find help in every situation. Can you put your hands up? Dear. We did say permanently joined together. There we go. Thank you, sir. And as another tradition, Richard and Glendale have chosen, I'm just going to move that back so I don't set fire to my hair. I've chosen to include the Quaich in their ceremony today, and this Quaich which I'm holding is a traditional drinking cup unique to Scotland, and drinking from a Quaich was part of a long established tradition of hospitality, of the sharing of life, and a symbol of inclusion and of acceptance. And nowadays this Quaich is often known as the cup of friendship or the loving cup, as a token of the trust that it symbolizes. And the Quaich is still very much used in ceremonies of all types today. These little handles on the side here, otherwise known as lugs, were held with both hands and as a symbol of trust given even to an enemy, when both hands were holding both sides of this cup. Every weapon, every defense had to be laid down as a symbol of trust and acceptance and friendship. So today you're continuing in this tradition, and as one of the first acts together as a married couple, you're going to both drink from this Quaich. And in doing so, you're symbolizing your commitment to sharing everything in life and sealing not just the bond between you, but also the bond between your families. So, if you take that. So as they drink, join with me in blessing them, in sealing that bond between this couple as they begin their journey as husband and wife. Who's saying their vows first? Richard and Glendale have their own vows to say to one another. Take your
I was alright by myself, but they always say two is better than one, because if one falls down, the other will not look, the other will pull you up. And I praise God that our paths cross. You are the nicest Scottishman I know, because you're the only Scottishman I know. But now I've got loads. I've got friends have now become family. Having you was very easy. But the journey flows without pretensions, and I can be myself. I love how much you value your family. And I know how much you love puzzles. And I that puzzle. I don't want to make promises because, they always say promises are meant to be broken, but by the grace of God, I will do my very best to fulfill my role as your wife, to support you, to take care of you, to make you laugh and cry. You do all the cooking. To help you become the better version of yourself. To pray for you that we will be able to fulfill our purpose in life. Let God be the center of our marriage, and He will always be our first love. This is my vow. In sickness and in health, for richer or for poorer, till death do us part, I'll be right beside you. I love you.
I don't know if I can top that. Glendale, I love you. From the moment we met, I was drawn to your kind and caring nature. You always take care of me and encourage me to be the best version of myself. Even in those months of dating, when I knew you would be returning to the Philippines, I never doubted our connection. Despite the distance, we called each other every day, and those conversations became the highlight of my day. You can imagine how excited I was when we finally returned after months apart. Over time, we grew closer and our bond strengthened. We instantly got along and often called ourselves twins. I missed you so much whenever you were away, but knowing you were always there, my best friend, my confidant, made it easier. I vowed to always take care of you, to cherish you, and to ensure your happiness, as you deserve nothing less. I fell for your kindness, your sweet nature, and your incredible sense of humor. that always manages to surprise me. I love how we communicate openly, resolving things through conversation. It makes everything between us so much easier and stronger. I can't wait to spend my life with you, and I promise to love you and make sure you're always happy with all my heart. I love you.
Well, very powerful words spoken from a heart of love on a very special day. And I ask that you continue to lift Richard and Glendale up in prayer as they begin married life. Those of you who have been married for a short time or a long time know that marriage is a wonderful thing, and it comes with its own joys and its own challenges. But you two have a common denominator, and that is that you have committed your marriage and your lives to God. And He is the one who created marriage. And today, as you make your promises to each other, we join with you, and I, and hopefully many here, commit to remembering both of you and to lifting you up in prayer, that yours may be a marriage that is honored and blessed by God, that others will look at you and they will covet the relationship that you have, one that is based on the foundation that is God, and that yours may be a marriage that demonstrates to others what a good and godly marriage can be. So would you like to join hands there? Richard and Glendale, in the presence of God and before all of these witnesses, your family and your friends, you have both given your consent and you've made your marriage vows to one another. You've declared your marriage by the joining of hands and by the giving and receiving of rings. It therefore gives me the greatest joy to pronounce that you are now husband and wife. What God joins together, let nobody ever separate. Richard, would you like to kiss your wife?